Welcome to Tennis Spin, where we put our spin on your tennis. Since the Oscars, the Academy Awards, just ended, I'm going to start today with my first annual Tennis Spin Awards. Stay tuned. All right, guys, welcome to the first annual Tennis Spin Awards, where we award the top strings, rackets, accessory, tennis ball, and shoes for the current moment. Who will win? Who will be disappointed? Will you be disappointed? We'll see. All right, so let's get started. We're going to move over to the accessory wall and crown the top accessory of the current moment, which is now April, late April, maybe early May when this video comes, but right around Academy Awards time, or right after Academy Awards time. All right, so off to the wall we go. You guys know what I use and what I like. So you guys know I like Hydrazor Pro, which I sell a ton of, right? You guys know I don't use an overgrip when I play, okay? I'll mess around with it and change weights with it, customize rackets with it, but I don't use it personally. But if I had to use an overgrip, which one would I choose? The award winner for the best accessory in the current moment is Dunlop Super Tack. These things are made in Japan. There is actually like a film on both sides, so peel it like a banana, guys. It feels great. It's kind of like a Gamma Supreme meets a Wilson Pro Overgrip meets a Yonex Super Grap. So you got all three grips in one, and it's super durable. So if you haven't tried it before, give this a shot because it's definitely a game changer in the overgrip market. So top accessory of the current moment, Dunlop Super Tack. All right, guys, you guys know I like talking about balls, tennis balls, that is. And the ball that has surprised me in the last 6 months isn't what you think. So we all know Pro Pen Marathon. We all know US Open balls. If I had to choose, it would definitely be a Wilson US Open ball, as most of you know. But when the ATP signed on with Dunlop, that pen ball, which was used to be called the ATP ball, became a different name. So that pen ball is now called a tour ball, Pen Tour, and it's still going on with that gold can. So ball award currently goes to Dunlop ATP. So good job to these guys for producing a great ball. So what did Dunlop have to do since they are now the official ball of the ATP Tour? Well, they had to create a ball, and they now had to call it the Dunlop ATP Tour ball. This ball right here. So this was interesting to me because I brought these in, kind of not sure what I would expect. I mean, you figure I didn't sell that many of the pen ones to begin with. So I tried out a bunch of cases and people liked them. People requested them. I had high school coaches use these for matches, literally, selling 10 cases at a time during the season. So I was like, really? You want that ball? So I grabbed a bunch of cans myself and I hit with them. And I'm like, whoa, that's a good ball. It's kind of in between a Pro Pen Marathon and a Wilson US Open. But a very, very consistent ball, very, very true to the bounce, very, very predictable. You know it's going to have a slightly softer hit than a Pro Pen, with a slightly firmer hit than a US Open. So people seem to like the consistency of these balls. And I was like shocked at how well it lasted too. All right, for the shoe category, this may be a shocker to everybody. You guys know when I'm on the court currently, it's either the Nike Turbos, my Court FF2s, or the New Balance Fresh Foams, the Lab Fresh Foams. But when I recently retried the Wave Exceed 4s from Mizuno in that red color, as you saw in my Instagram post, I was really shocked by that shoe. On that particular day when I was all Mizuno'd out, I played with those shoes the whole time. And I was like, oh, I need to pay this shoe another visit. You guys know, and I'm sure you guys are the same, you know, once you get into something, it's hard to change somebody out of it unless it's better or over the top. So my award for current best shoe is the Mizuno Wave Exceed 4. Like, as you saw, I was wearing this color, and I was like, it ain't bad color. You know, I would probably preferred that camo, but since everybody bought it all, I couldn't get one. So this, shockingly, was a super comfortable shoe. I was worried about the support. I was worried about the stop and go. I was worried about the width, but all of the concerns answered to the nth degree. It was super comfortable, super cushion. I didn't take it off, because sometimes with these shoes, I will take it off within 10 or 15 minutes because I'm like, it ain't gonna work for me. But I did not take it off, and I continued to wear it. So that tells me something, and that should tell you something. So, best shoe of the moment, Mizuno Wave Exceed 4s. Is that shocking to you? If it is, you should try one on. All right, the bag category. There's a lot of losers here because I don't feel that the manufacturers are doing very much justice to tennis bags these days. I wish I could turn back the clock and go to the 80s and the 90s where Nike made that big duffel that was sturdy, looked cool. You threw the thing over your shoulders and you looked like Andre Agassi or Pete walking on to Wimbledon. I want Nike to make that bag again. People are making duffels again, but it looks like garbage bags these days. So I wish people would make better bags. But speaking of bags and better bags, well, who's going to be the winner of the bag? Check it out, guys. The Go Axiom, I guess they call this the 9-pack, okay? You know I carry this thing around, and there's a reason why I carry this thing around. It carries all my crap. You got 2 racket holders on each side here, right? The best part, you open it up. These things on the side is shelving. And you can create your own shelving, right? You got 2 shelves. As you saw with me, I put my shoes here. And so I have shelves, I put my towels here, I could put my balls here, and it's like a locker to me. I love that part of this bag. And then at the top, you got the breathables. You can put your shoes up here too if you want. I think that's what it was originally meant for. And you could put like 2 pairs in there. But I like to put my crap in there instead, like my wet towel, my wet cap, my wallet, my keys. my cell phone, sunscreen, my Quanta. If I have an extra can of balls, it all fits at the top. And then so when it's sitting on the ground, I just have access to everything. I can put my tablet on the side here. I can put, these are Rackets right here. Tablet on the side here. Other accessories here. Right, maybe my notepads for taking notes. And then there's even another compartment down here. Maybe have a second tablet or a Mac mini tablet, whatever they call those Air things, and whatever they're called. Anyways, so there's a ton of compartments in here. It's got a nice padded back for your comfort, and these straps are super comfortable. So this is like the North Face bag for tennis. Super durable, got the ripstop material, got the great zippers, high quality zippers. They don't make bags like this anymore. And this is going to be an award winner for a while. Even this strap, which I tug on all the time, I carry the bag like this, or I pull it out of the car like this. That feels like leather, but it feels really sturdy. I don't think it is leather, but you can tell. Well-made bag, well thought out bag. That's the Go bag, G-E-A-U, from Go Sports or Go Sport. Check it out. I know a bunch of you have bought it already, so you guys know. All right, guys, so I don't know if you know this, but strings have been super competitive. There's been a lot of introductions. There's been a lot of, older strings that are still going strong. I would say Luxlon ALU is still the #1 polyester string out there. And I think Wilson NXT is a top 3. Sensation is still, I think, a top 10. But who wins the award for top string currently? Well, let's start with the synthetic category. All the old goats are still around. The XLs, like I said, the NXTs, the Technofibers. But who wins it right now? This will shock you, because some of you may not even have heard of this string yet. Until now. Current #1 award-winning string. Gamma TNT React Pro 16. So I've been asking for a string like this for probably 2 years now, secretly. Now, you guys don't know this, but I've always wanted a TNT string, a Gamma TNT string, that was a little more slick, so easier to slide, right? So the friction isn't so great, so it allows for the synthetics to move back in place without having to crack it back. Well, Gamma's answered my prayers and have created this React TNT. So if you want a string that has the same type of feel as a great synthetic with a coating that helps it slide back like a poly, this is your string. I've introduced this string to, hundreds of people already in the last month and a half since I've gotten it, and everyone has wanted it back. So full bed of this feels great, has the same kind of reaction as a head velocity with the feel of like a Gamma Professional. So we got great positive feedback from this string. Now, so I definitely recommend it, and this is definitely the award winner for multi-synthetics. Now, what's the best poly out there right now? It was very competitive. I love that Yonex Poly Pro Rev. Definitely was a major contender, but at the end of the day, the winner right now is still for me, Solinco Confidential. Just to give you a quick background, Confidential in its test phase for over 2 years was called Confidential because they wanted to keep it confidential. They didn't want people to know what it was. But in the 2 years and in the 2 years of testing, I mean, we all tried it. I was able to get it 2 years ago. I was able to sell it 2 years ago. The college kids had it. Even pros brought it to me in reels. I'm like, where'd you get that? Oh, Solinco. Okay. And it was like all the packaging said confidential. So when it finally came out a year ago, well, they just named it Confidential just because everybody knew it as confidential. So it ain't that confidential anymore because a ton of you have bought it, a ton of you have liked it, including me. This is like my crack. I'm an addict to this string. Whenever I try something else, it doesn't really quite compare. So my award winner, Solinco Confidential still. My award winner for actually hybrids though, how about these two guys? We got the best of both worlds here. We got Confidential in the poly and now React on the cross. So we got a slippery string on the cross now. We got a consistent, predictable feel on the mains. Man, this is like the gods have come together. This is a crazy combination. My buddy Justin, I just got into this, and he's like tennis noid to the 10th degree. I got him into this, and he's like, let's do it again. So Justin, this one's for you, because you were my first test subject, and you loved it. It's basically peanut butter and jelly. Put that in your sandwich, guys. That's the award-winning combination. The final category, tennis rackets. A lot of great rackets out. I mean, I've said in the past, this is the golden age of tennis rackets because everyone is making great rackets. The Radical, which came out a few months ago, probably the best Radical out. Dunlop with that CX series, probably the best CX series out. Wilson with the Pro Staffs, one of the best Pro Staffs out now. So there's a lot of great rackets on the market. This was a very, very hard decision, but the one that stands out and the one that actually a lot of the customers have chosen to buy has been Yonex. Yonex V-Core, the new ones in the 98 and the 100s. It has been hands down the most surprisingly best seller in the past 6 months. I mean, I used to sell maybe 20 to 40 a year. I've easily surpassed that already in the last, within the first actually month or two. So the 98 is outselling the 100 right now, but the 100 is definitely catching up with the people who play more casually because it has more power. But great all-around racket, great feel, very responsive. This is probably the best V-Core they have ever made. So if you haven't tried it, definitely worth a shot for you. If you're in the market for a racket, definitely give this one a demo. You will not regret it. Okay, so award for racket of the current time, Yonex V-Core, 98 and 100, depending on how you wanna or how you play or what you like. Okay, so that's the first annual Tennis Spin Awards. Let me know what your favorites are. Let me know if you agree. Let me know if you disagree. All right? Thank you for watching Tennis Spin, where we put R-spin on your tennis. All right, so just got off the court with the new Yonex V-Core 98. Munch, quiet. So just got off the court, and Andrew is freaking stooped over right now because he can't handle this. So,
I need some olive oil from Walmart right now.
rub it all over, baby.
Oh man.